All right, hello, Pisces. This is a general read for you for the month of December. I do timeless, so from whenever you see it is when you're meant to receive that. Whatever messages are in this, I have been doing videos. The last two were entirely too long, so I'm gonna try to figure out a way to do this that doesn't take me as long and actually keeps people's attention. I know that nobody has time for videos that long. When I'm in the middle of the reading, I lose track of time. I get so caught up in the story, and so this time I'm going to try to be more aware. I've already done a pre-shuffle, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. Being that this is a general reading, the messages will not be relevant for everyone. It will not resonate for all Pisces out there. I do ask for this to be Pisces, but it can also apply to if you have a Pisces moon, rising, Venus. And if this resonates, please leave a message or a comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever you feel like doing. I'd like to hear back from you and see who this resonates for and get some feedback. So we're going to start. This is a general reading. I know that a lot of people enjoy love readings, or they're looking for clarity on that, but I like to keep it as open as possible for whatever the message that is most important to those individuals. But if you want a more personal reading that will be tailored to your specific questions and energy, all that information is in the description box. But we'll go ahead and get started, please. Do a couple more shuffles here for Pisces. Hopefully that music's not too loud. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You guys are water signs, so I thought I'd use a more of a water themed deck. However, while I was about to grab that, this one kind of um, spoke to me. So I'm stuck with my Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie. I'm sure how to pronounce her name, but she's a very talented watercolor artist. In case any of you wanted to know that, so go ahead and put that there. Okay, and usually what I do is, there you guys are on the bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. I usually do the clarifying right after, but I don't know if that's a part of the reason it takes me so long, because I'm interpreting 2 cards at once. So what I'm going to try to do is just flip all these over, interpret the main message I see, and then we'll do clarifiers to maybe get some more information on that story or some side stories for specific people out there. Because this is for a collective, again, it will not resonate for every Pisces. That's impossible. Now, I know that not many people watch my videos right now because I'm just starting out again. What am I doing? But anyway, let's get started. So your overall energy is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card about collaboration, teamwork, working together either with a group of individuals like coworkers, or like a project. If you started a new business or a project, having to work side by side, and collaborate with a group. But this can also pertain to a relationship because obviously relationships need teamwork. They need, two people to come together and be, willing to hear compromise or, take in somebody else's perspective or ideas. So far, the overall energy is an element of working with people in order to achieve some kind of balance or um, foundation. Usually, Pentacles do deal with finance, so this could be, financial gain or that's your what you're focused on right now. But we'll see once we clarify. So your current energy and situation. Okay, then we have the Justice. That's a card of Libra. You, signs are not as important as energy. I just give them as a ash on my as a maybe sometime it is helpful if you are dealing with a certain sign, then you can pinpoint who's who or what's what. But Justice card is about obviously balance, equality, fairness, a just outcome. Sometimes this is considered a karmic card, so basically saying, the way that it's supposed to resolve is the way that it will come out. Now, it's impartial. Justice is impartial, so if you're the one that the karma, um, if you've done something wrong, then karma will, you know, um, it will choose which side of that scale, regardless of who's who. Now, you could be dealing with some legal battles or um, some. She's holding this huge feather here, so I'm thinking like contract. Some type of signature is needed. It could be, some type of lawsuit or civil suit, possibly a partnership that where you have to come to some type of agreement where it's a written agreement. It could be a divorce or a marriage because sometimes justice, that involves the court system. Um, and again, when we clarify, we'll find out more. But this is your current energy situation. So if it's not anything legal, like some type of legal matter, then it's just waiting for a just and fair outcome in your particular situation, whatever that is. Perhaps you have felt wronged, or I don't read reversals. So again, clarifier cards will tell me more about what's going on there. Um, but just a just and fair outcome for your particular situation. So let's see what's crossing you. We have the Knight of Swords. So that's a air sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be dealing with that. You could have that in your chart. But the Knight of Swords is somebody that well, air signs are all about the mental aspect. So they're very logical. They're usually very honest, very fair, very just. The Knight, however, here he's a little bit younger energy, not like child young, like the page perhaps, and not as mature as the king or queen of swords. So a little bit more rash, a little bit more impulsive. Um, has good intentions when it comes to communication, but can sometimes communicate in a way that's, they don't always think, uh, they don't deliver their messages with tact sometimes. Sometimes they lack the tact. Or they're just the type of individual that says what's on their mind and they don't really care how it's received because it's just who they are as a person. Now, as an Aries myself, I'm guilty of that. Granted, I have some air, not much, but I understand that. Like I can come across very abrasive sometimes, but it's just who I am. So this could be that somebody that you're dealing with, especially if it is a legal setting, they're coming across, very harsh, possibly like we'll clarify to see more. But this is a lot of fast communication, fast action. But being that it's what's crossing you or blocking you, this could be a lack of communication, possibly even as the knight would be in the reverse here because it is a blocker challenge. This is somebody who may be not being as honest, or they have a certain agenda that they want to achieve, so they're kind of twisting words, or their motives or intentions are not the best. And this could also be blocked communication, like no a lack of communication here. That's there's no conflict resolution because of whatever this is that you're trying to communicate. Um, Going back to that Three of Pentacles, if there's no communication, how do you have teamwork? If there's butting heads when it comes to how people communicate, or refusal to compromise, or whatever, refusal to reach an agreement because of that Knight of Swords, then the teamwork, or the team would be affected, the partnership, whatever it is. Um, so yes, in some way, communication here, whether it's not enough or it's too much in a harsh way, is what's crossing here. But we'll see more as we clarify. So on your focus mind, what your surface mind, what you're focused on, is the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is a card about the past. Usually, it's a very happy card, like happy memories, nostalgia, reminiscing about the good times. So it could be you're thinking about your childhood, possibly children, because it can talk about children. We have a little girl here who's having a tea party with all her stuffed animals. So it's a very it's a joyful card, but it's also there's a bittersweetness to it. Um, to this card especially, it's got these blue tones that just make me think like back when you had the freedom to, and Pisces, like that is a Pisces card for me in this deck. I mean, we see all these fish here. Um, I feel like without even any of the clarifiers, I feel like it's a very nostalgic period for you. Like you're thinking back to possibly when this did work, this partnership, this teamwork, this collaboration did work, and everything kind of went smoothly. Or it could just be you're thinking about your childhood. Maybe, it is the holiday time, so, you know, time with your family has kind of brought back those memories of, um, peace and harmony. But we'll clarify all of these cards later. I just kind of want to get a storyline going so I don't get caught up in reading just all these different energies, and I do have a hard time like centering on just one. It could be a falling out as well with maybe a childhood friend or a childhood, if you had a relationship with somebody like a like high school sweetheart, maybe there's something there that there's been a rift or something. But in your shadow mind, this is something that is hidden from you either subconsciously or just something that you are unaware of that would benefit you. So this is where your focus is. This is where your focus needs attention. So here we have the Nine of Pentacles. Um, with the Six of Cups and your surface mind, this means you're kind of in your feels. You're very in an emotional space right now, and that's not always. Um, it can be kind of detrimental to solving problems because it's hard. It's difficult to make clear, decisive decisions when you're doing it from an emotional space, right? You need logic, and you need to think things through on in a reasonable way. So here with the Nine of Pentacles, this is an earth energy, so it's literally like being more grounded. But the Nine of Pentacles is a card about. It is called the Singles card, but it's mainly a card about taking care of self. That can talk about health. Pentacles can deal with health, finance, um, time. it's anything like a tangible resource. Granted, time is not tangible, but it is something that you need and you have and is very precious. So belongings, um, stocks, and just the things that you rely on. So the Nine of Pentacles is a card about taking care of that so that you can be much more confident, financially independent, healthy, healthy physically, healthy mentally, healthy emotionally, um, able to, enjoy the finer things of life, the luxury of, freedom, having that freedom to make your own decisions, and it not be based on somebody else. Um, this is a very, it's almost like a selfish card in the sense that it is all about self, but it's that healthy mix between, taking care of self and putting yourself first before anything else. Um, so this is that card where we work toward the Empress, and we have this person sitting here at the piano, and she's kind of looking up towards this giant pinnacle. It looks like stained glass. But I feel like this piece here is like some type of esteemed goal or aspiration or ambition that we kind of look towards, and set our sights on and aim for. So there it is a card about needing to be more grounded. But if you've like given up on a certain aspect of your life, like a dream or a goal, or even yourself, like taking care of self, like you've put so much effort into other people and other things, this is saying that you need to bring that back in and reflect, all that energy, time, and investment on self again. So let's move towards recent past. Recent can be days ago, weeks ago, months ago, and even years ago. It's just something that's happened in the past that you are still, in some way, currently, and possibly even in the future, affected or influenced by. It's something you still carry with you. So we have another air sign here. So this very well could be attached to what's crossing you. This is the King of Swords. So another air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Um, the King of Swords it's kind of similar to that Justice card. So this very well could be a Libra, or this could be you that has kind of taken on. I don't feel that because you have the Six of Cups here in your surface mind. But he can be very strict, very, black and white. He's very intelligent. He's very, and I say ignore the gender pronouns. It's gender does not matter in tarot. If this is a woman or a man in your past, just apply it accordingly. Um, but I say he because it's a king, so ignore if it's a woman, then fine. But he's very just, very intelligent, very honest, um, very very communicative, but less emotional than many of the other kings of tarot. Very logical, very analytical, and he can sometimes appear very stern and hard to reach on an emotional level, like very cold, very distant, very detached. But it's just because he doesn't operate from an emotional standpoint. Um, I mean, to the extreme, this is somebody who thinks emotions are silly, and like a military individual, somebody who's been in the military for a very long time. They're just kind of that, that person that you would want when it comes down to making a quick and necessary action or decision. Um, but they can be very cutting with their words, or very, I mean, and as they are honest and just and fair, they also expect that in return. So if you are dishonest to them, this is a person that would very quickly cut you out. They don't have time for that. Um, they don't respect anybody that doesn't come to them and respect them, by being honest, by being genuine. This can again talk about blocked communication or a breakdown of communication. We'll see when we clarify. But this could have been just like a decision that was made that was kind of it wasn't received well because it did appear to be a cold, calculated decision. It kind of depends on what the clarifiers are, but the King of Swords, he doesn't make decisions based on somebody else's feelings. So sometimes feelings can get hurt when it comes to that. Um, but we'll see when we clarify. This King of Swords can be somebody that works in kind of that militant, authoritative, some type of field where decisions and logic and reason and all that is unnecessary, a must. Um, so let's move on to what's coming towards you. Ace of Cups. So that's a nice card. The Ace of Cups can talk about a brand new love or a love offer or an emotional communication that can talk about an apology or somebody. It usually is new, but it doesn't always. We'll see when we clarify. This is just the opening of a potential for love or an emotional connection in some way. Um, Now we do have the Six of Cups here, so this very well could be somebody that from the past that you're wanting to start again with new, as if it was brand new. But we'll see. It could be an air individual, but just remember that so far it's asking you to stay grounded and to, invest time, energy into self. Take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your financial stability so that you don't have to rely on anyone else, and know your worth. Raise your self confidence. But we'll move on to advice. Knight of Wands. So, as advice, that's a fire sign. Kind of ignore that just because, as advice, so we're not really talking about people as much as we are what you're being asked to do. Um, but this is a fire sign, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But the Knight of Wands is somebody who goes after what they want. They're very ambitious, they're very driven, they're very passionate, fiery. Um, they're kind of led by their heart. The Knight of Wands can get a bad rap as somebody that I've heard a lot of, and I've even said it myself until I kind of, um, change my perspective on it just a little. He can be, he's been known to be called the player card, but at the same time, this is somebody who, they're a dreamer. Um, and they don't just like water signs have a tendency to dream and not act. This is somebody who dreams and then they chase. This is very strong Sagittarius energy. So somebody who's very adventurous, very, like I said, ambitious, and passionate. They really just they're not the type to sit back and allow an opportunity to go to waste. Like they're very action oriented. So that's what it's asking you to do, is to go after. And it's funny too, because I was talking about goals and aspirations here and dreams, and that's exactly what the Knight of Wands is facing. He's looking at the same thing that she is, which is this pentacle. So I'm thinking like the obvious advice here is to go after what you want and do it with a lot of passion and excitement and allow yourself to be optimistic about it, because the Knight of Wands is somebody who doesn't really, they're almost naive in that sense that they don't think about the cons of something. Um, they just know what they want and they chase it. They chase it down until they catch it. Like you see the little foxes. Um, so this is a hunter, but the type of hunter that's like fun. And honestly, from the cards that you have here, I feel like there's been a lot going on that's kind of dampened that kind of spirit. Um, but we're gonna move on to your outside or external influences. So this is people, energy, and or situation. This is not you. This is outside of you, but it either is or will be or has been influencing you, either negatively or positively. Now we have the Six of Swords here, and I do notice you have a lot of swords in your current. So I do believe this is something you're either thinking of doing or kind of in transition of doing. But the Six of Swords is a card about leaving something behind, either literally or figuratively. It can be like energetically leaving something behind or like physically moving away. Um, but the reason is that they're trying to escape something that's causing them a lot of chaos, a lot of negative energy, a negative emotion, leaving it behind in order to find peace. And again, we have that card with your surface mind, thinking back. And I do believe that's where that's coming from. Then again, this is your outside. So somebody else, I got carried away there. Somebody else could be leaving your energetic field or your company, or um, maybe this has already happened in the past. Maybe that's what that King of Swords is, the Knight of Swords as well. The loss of communication because they have moved on. Because this is not you. This is somebody that is external to you, but they affect you. So being that this could be a childhood friend or a childhood lover, somebody that you've known for a long time, and that's why you're in this energy of reminiscing and missing or thinking about those happier times. Now, I'm not sure who or what this person is, but obviously their departure has hurt you or affected you in some way. Maybe it was necessary. Maybe you two were not healthy for each other. Um, no, it doesn't, again, it doesn't have to be a person that's left. Maybe it's an opportunity that, slipped away. But I do feel like it's a person, and I kind of feel like it's attached to this, but we'll see. Best case scenario, Hierophant. So the Hierophant, Taurus energy there. Um, this is long-term commitment. This can be a marriage. This can be higher levels of learning. This is something that's very traditional. Um, it is something that we rule ourselves by, like our belief system, our belief or our rules, our own personal values. Um, and it can also talk about success in business in the extent that it's established, it's rooted, it's grounded, it's basically not going anywhere. Um, it's set in stone. Uh, so we're going to see what that is. Obviously, if this is an Ace of Cups, if this is an offer of love, then a higher level of commitment, a long-term commitment, possibly even a marriage here could lead to that. Because your best case scenario is something that is wanted for you and you want, and is possible depending on what you are doing right now. And I'll explain that. But so we'll see what that is. But I'm assuming it's attached to this Ace of Cups. Now it could be business related as well because you did have the Three of Pentacles there. Maybe you're trying to work together with um, a lot of other people to create that for yourself. You do have the Nine of Pentacles, which can talk about being an entrepreneur and setting up that foundation for self for long-term financial success. So, uh, most probable outcome. It's very, very, very important for you to realize you are the creator of your own destiny. This is only probable. It is not definitive. You have free will, as well as we add into the fact that this is a general read. So the outcome here uh, won't apply to all of you, or maybe even many of you, but it never just applies to exactly one person because free will says we have the ability to change, adapt, or alter the outcome. This is just if whoever this does resonate for, um, this is the direction that you're going and what it will lead to. Now, from what I can see so far, without any clarifiers, that's a promising start. The Queen of Wands, we had the Knight of Wands down here. So the Queen of Wands is like reaching that goal. The Queen of Wands is similar to the Knight of Wands, but she is more grounded, more stable, more mature. So it's like reaching that success, that pinnacle of success in what he was after. Now he's reached it here with the Queen of Wands. So for those of you that this did resonate for, this suggests that you're headed in the right direction because the Queen of Wands is a fire sign. I know you're Pisces, but she's she's very, very confident, very attractive, not just physically but energetically. She has that kind of magnetic personality, and um, she's just without even trying, she brings people towards her. This can talk about a lot of success within a business. She does receive a lot of attention, um, and she's still very, even though she may have reached her final conclusion or her goal, she's still very full of fire and ambition. She's still ambitious, and she's adventurous and brave. She's not the type to be happy with just reaching one goal. When she reaches one goal, she strives for the next and the next and the next. She sets her future on all the things that she can achieve, not just on one thing, but how far can I push myself? And that's the Queen of Wands. She never stops being just satisfied. And it's not like, oh, you can never make her happy. And again, he, she doesn't matter. The queen does not mean that it's only for feminine. Uh, Keep that in mind. But it's not that you can't ever make a Queen of Wands happy. It's just that she pushes herself and she pushes others. She inspires others as well. They have very strong leadership qualities. Um, Not similar to the King of Swords, who would be somebody who was kind of uh, stern and strict and restrictive, and you follow my rule or else. The Queen of Wands just inspires people. Uh, it's kind of like that adrenaline rush of being around that type of person. So that's a good outcome. So let's start clarifying and see if we can get some more specific messages. And I already did a pre-shuffle in this as well, so I'm just going to get right into it because I don't want another video that's like 2 hours long. I can see, I understand why not a lot of people would have the time or the energy. And if you're getting a personal reading, that's one thing. But when you're just watching a video on YouTube, it's nobody has time for that. I get lost in the story. So for my Pisces out there, please clarify this Three of Pentacles. Why is Three of Pentacles here for Pisces? One more card with the Eight of Swords and the Three of Pentacles, please, for Pisces. Overall energy here with the Three of Pentacles. One more. With the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, please. Oh, I'm not keeping all those. This one go upside down? I don't know. I try to do jumpers, but they don't always cooperate with me, so. One more with the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, please. 1, 2. You got the King of Swords on the bottom. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That was in your... Ooh. Okay. Now we have the Eight of Swords. The Three of Pentacles was the main card. And the clarifier is the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords. So you got a lot of swords going on. You're in your head a lot. And it's not in a good way. Because here with the Eight of Swords, this is somebody who feels trapped, who feels bound, who feels stuck. But the thing about the Eight of Swords is that it's self-inflicted. These are your self-doubts. You know, the things that you say to yourself and allow others to make you believe or allow you to believe about yourself and your situation, like, and it restricts you. It traps you in this self-defeating kind of energy where you don't know what to do. You don't feel like you can move anywhere, but you're surrounded by these swords. You have this blindfold, yet you can tell she's very loosely bound, and she could obviously use the swords to free herself. It's a self-imposed prison because you choose to allow yourself to be stuck, like self-defeating, the things that you say or believe about yourself or your situation, and so you don't do anything. You don't make a choice. Um, Now, it's not to say that somebody else can't trap you. This can literally talk about incarceration, but with the swords here, I feel like you feel trapped in a situation either where you have to work with people you don't want to, or you're in a relationship, whether a love relationship or family relationship or just a work environment. But I feel like with the Three of Swords there, it's either family, friend, or lover that's caused you a lot of pain. And for whatever reason, you feel like you can't escape it. Maybe it's other people's um, their input or their opinion about it is that you should stay and stick with it and try to work it out. But you're surrounded by these. This is deep pain, emotional pain. Now we do have two threes here. This could talk about a third party situation. Third party situation does not always mean somebody's cheating. If you are in a relationship, it can mean that just somebody else came in between the relationship, whether that's parents that are in-laws or siblings or friends, like their friends are saying things that are um, negatively influencing, or it can be a work situation where time is not um, equally given out to the relationship. It's being put into whatever else, and so the relationship isn't progressing in the manner that it should. But I see somebody, whether it's love or work or what, this is somebody who is stuck, or feels that they are stuck or trapped in a situation that has caused them a lot of grief and they want to escape from, but they can't seem to find the strength or the mental fortitude to do so. Now we have all minor arcana here, so I'm not sure that it is. I'm going to leave these here actually. And again, we do have justice here, so maybe you're trying to settle some type of disagreement, um, properly through the proper, the way, like through courts, and let that be what handles the situation, whether it's a lawsuit or like child support or child custody or divorce settlement or whatever. You're trying to do that. You may be trying to do that in the proper way, but perhaps that's being in some way restricted as well. I know that COVID has messed a lot of that up, um, like slowed down the process. Uh, Not so much now as it did when there was the shutdown, but still, a lot of documentation has been lost, misplaced. Yeah, but why is justice here? Okay. Why is justice here for Pisces for their current energy and situation? One more card here, please. Oh, wow. Look at that. I On the surface, this looked really positive. Underneath it, though, one more with the Nine of Swords and Justice, please. One more with the Nine of Swords and Justice. And with all these swords and that king there, this could very well be somebody trying to get a restraining order, because I don't read reversals, but the King of Swords can be somebody very abusive, and if not physically abusive, verbally, mentally abusive. But we'll see. I don't want to. Ace of Swords dropped out. I'm not going to keep it, even though it would make sense here. I kind of dropped the card on the bottom. One more with the Nine of Swords and Justice, please. One more with the Nine of Swords and Justice for Pisces' current energy and situation. Well, okay, the Emperor. I'll go ahead and do three. 1, 2, 3. Hermit. Okay, could be dealing with an Aries, a Libra, or a Virgo. This feels like waiting on a just, fair outcome, whether that's involved with the court or legal or not. There's a stall here, it feels like, because we do have the Hermit. And I did say, the crossing was the Knight of Swords, because there could be a lack of communication here. That's what the Hermit is. Whether this is a person that you're dealing with, he's pretty similar to the King of Swords in their personality trait. Somebody very powerful, very they're kind of like the CEO of the company or the father of the family, the highest possible position when it comes to whose law it is or whose rule it is or whose house it is. Now, whether that's literally or that's just the way they feel about themselves, very confident, very powerful. They usually are the protector of the family, but in the reverse, the emperor is somebody who, um, not manipulate. Well, they can be manipulative, but they're controlling, very, very, very stubborn, immovable in that way. Um, and I don't. This could be you. I don't feel that though. I feel like you feel restricted by whoever this is, whether this is a boss, whether this is like a father figure or a husband. This is literally can be the husband card. Um, it could be you, but it feels like whoever this is, whatever the situation is with them, it's not good because it's causing you a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worry. I mean, we've got the 8, the 3, and now the 9 of Swords here. So this person is causing, or this situation. It could be a business situation. Um, you could be suing a company. You could be you have some type of lawsuit against you pertaining to a company. I don't know what the hell this is, but it is not soothing. Sounds like freaking that's awful music. I don't know how that is spa music. Sounds like I'm in a spaceship getting ready to be eaten by an alien. All right. So yeah, there's a lack of communication. This person or this institution has gone silent. They've gone cold, or you have. There's not with the Hermit card. If this is a person, this is somebody that has just um, whether through trying to manipulate the situation, they've kind of removed themselves, or they can't be found. Possibly this is somebody that, I mean, there's the possible interpretation there would be that you're trying to get child support, yet you can't find the father. The father has gone silent, gone off radar. This could be you, and you're trying to get your power back through deciding, okay, I'm not going to communicate. I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Still, it's causing you a lot of stress because whoever this is would obviously be trying to break down that wall that you've put because the emperor, that's just the emperor. He doesn't give in. He doesn't give up. um Perhaps this is the person that removed themselves, though. Could be a husband, could be a father, or mother. I mean, again, the emperor is male in this card, but it can be a female. It can be a mother or somebody very powerful, like a boss figure. It does feel like an older individual, though, because we have two that both the emperor and the hermit here are these wise individuals, these older, mature individuals. You may be the older one, uh, if it's a person you're dealing with. Regardless, you're looking for a fair and just outcome. However, the process of it and possibly the lack of um, two people, you know, compromising or coming to a conclusion. This coming to a conclusion, the lack of that is causing you these nagging, never-ending, like a beehive in your brain kind of thing. What am I doing? So it could be work related, than a business, and it could be an individual or a group of individuals, because you did have that Three of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Swords, we're going to clarify that. Let's see what's crossing. Ooh, please clarify why is the Knight of Swords here for what's crossing Pisces as a challenger. We'll keep that one as a challenger obstacle, please. Five of Cups. Could be that this is a husband or a partner or a family member that you feel bad for or feel bad about, if you are trying to gain some type of win, like restitution or something, or financial. It could be that you feel bad about it because they are your family, or they are somebody that you have history with. But at the same time, it's come to a point where you have to rely on a court, because they are uncooperative. One more with the five. Okay, so there's a lack of clarity here. Any more information with the five? Okay. And we have two sevens here. There's a lot of past. So I do feel like a person or institution, you have a lot of past here. You have a lot of history. Um, and a lot of it was good, with that Six of Cups, there was a time when this made sense and it was a positive experience. But that's just not the case anymore. For a lot of you, you're looking back on what was lost, or if you're leaving a person, they are too as well. But I think this is you. I think this is the Five of Cups talks about looking at the past, and there's a lot of regret, remorse, guilt, shame. But it's pain because of what was lost, and it is a card about the past normally. And then we have the seven, and these two individuals are looking in the same direction. So it's like you've invested all this time and energy, possibly finance, resources into something, and you're trying to figure out what about it did what paid out. You know, what was what was all that effort for? And I don't know if it's something that you look back and you realize you wasted, or if it's more like I didn't get out of this what I put in, or I didn't get what was promised. Again, it could be this other person, but I do feel like this is your reading. Cross watchers are just going to have to deal with it. I know a lot of readers allow you to say, okay, the situation could be switched, but I think it gets too confusing um, that way. So I feel like this is you looking back on whatever you invested all your time and energy to, again, whether a relationship, a partnership within like a business, or a business itself, another company. Um, you're not sure that you got out of it what you needed, or that it was fruitful in the way that you anticipated it to be, because here we have the Seven of Cups, and that's illusion, delusion. It's not seeing things clearly. It's a lack of clarity. It's yes, having a lot of options, but not knowing which one to choose. And then we have the Knight of Swords, which is very logic based, but that's what's crossing you. There's a lack of clarity here, possibly a lack of communication as well. But it's because you're mentally, you or the situation has you in this headspace, which is similar to that Eight of Swords. They kind of play into each other, feeling trapped because there's too much going on. There's not understanding, you know. It's just a lot of confusion here, mental fog. And I think because you are so you're caught up in what this was as opposed to what it is now. And maybe you're not. Maybe it's just part of it, but it's still affecting your decision making. Whether you intend for it to or not, it's still got you in this. This has got you like you if you go long enough without sleeping properly, it can start to affect your mental, your physical, your emotional health. And once it does that, then it's kind of like a snowball effect. It starts affecting your other relationships. So that's what's crossing you as a challenge or obstacle. And there could be that you're, even when you reminisce, when you think about the past, you're not even seeing that clearly, because what you thought was real was actually all an illusion itself. But we'll see. We're going to clarify these now. Moving on to, please clarify the Six of Cups for Pisces, surface mind, where their focus is. Please clarify the Six of Cups for Pisces, please. Please clarify the Six of Cups for Pisces, surface mind. Gosh, I hope I'm doing this quicker than I usually do. Pisces, please. Queen of Swords came out. I'm going to go ahead and put her back. One more, or not one more. Okay. There's that Knight of Wands. Please clarify who, or one more with the Knight of Wands and the Six of Cups for Pisces, surface mind. All right, one. Oh, there we go. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Now and get two, three. Got the Tower on the bottom. Got the Eight of Wands. That plays into the Knight of Wands. We had the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles come out. So I see here delays. It's almost like a stop, start, or stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Now, I do feel like this is a person here that you're dealing with. It could be an action that you're trying to take because this can be an action, but it's slow progress here with the Knight of Pentacles. This could play into that justice system again if you are dealing with the legal or court system. It could be delays in that, but then again, it could be just you delaying yourself, self-sabotage here with that Eight of Swords. Um, no, I don't mean to like pick on you and say you're causing your own grief. Um, but in certain situations you can be. Now the eight of sword or the Eight of Wands here, that's a lot of communication. It can talk about like literal movement or actions being taken. It's a lot and quickly. Um, Now this is new. Usually, the Page of Wands can talk about a child. We do have two cards that can represent children or very young individuals, naive, youthful, young at heart. You could be quite young, or you could be dealing with someone quite young, or children could be involved. But this can be talk about. Um, I mean, several ways you could take this. Uh, Being inspired or being creatively called to something that you're passionate about and taking a lot of action towards that, or communicating about some type of forward progress that you want to make on this new opportunity that's but there's the Four of Pentacles with that came out with that. So this is somebody not being open. It can be like financially unable to do it because you have to watch what you spend your money on. This is the card about hoarding wealth or saving, or even like having to be a miser when it comes to your spending habits, being very careful. Um, but it's also a card about being closed off emotionally and um, being very guarded. It could be that you have somebody that's expressed interest to you and wants to move this forward, but you're held back. The Knight of Wands is towards the back here, and that's slowing the progress. Because the Knight of Pentacles, as I don't see this as the person. We have fire here. We have very strong Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have uh, Earth here too with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I feel like this is the energy that's kind of being that fiery, bullet-like energy of the Knight of Wands has actually been kind of tampered down with the Knight of Pentacles. And I do believe it has to do with this. And I feel like that might be you. It might be the person that you're dealing with. This is some type of new opportunity, I feel, for most of you. Now, children could be involved, which causes you to try to take your time. You don't want to involve the children into something that you don't properly think through. But for most of you, I feel like this is some type of new opportunity, whether that's a person that's expressed interest or a new passionate beginning uh, in what you want to go after. And, but I do feel like it could be a person from the past because you do have the Six of Cups there. So this could be a childhood lover that wants to start something new with you, um, or you want to start something new with this person. But somebody is guarded. Somebody is taking their sweet time. in moving that forward. And I kind of feel like it is you. Again, this is your reading, and you do have several cards here that talk about, um, being mentally not at your strongest. But you could be in the process of taking a lot of action. It's just, and for some reason, it has stalled. You did have the Tower, Scorpio, Aries. There could have been a big shift or a big change that came out of the blue. You could be just thinking about this person from the past right now, or thinking about this period in your life where there was a lot of excitement and things looked so, promising. So let's move on. Please clarify the Nine of Pentacles for Pisces, shadow mind or hidden truth. Please clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Ten of Swords came out. Any more with the... God, that's loud. Reach over here and turn that down just a bit. I think I just turned it all the way off. Oh, all right. Any more with the 10? Let's see what this is. It came out. Oh, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that makes sense. Any more with the Page of Swords? Okay. So you have the 8, the 9, and now the 10 of Swords. So what I feel like this is saying is allow whatever this is to come to a close. Even if it's not something that you've reached a conclusion with in a court setting, like the papers haven't been signed, the seal hasn't been set, allow it to come to a close in your mind. Mentally let go of this thing and realize it's over. Whatever this is to you, that is super distracting. I feel like I need to start bobbing my head like a cobra. Back. The Ten of Swords is, yes, it's a painful ending where somebody felt like they were betrayed or backstabbed. It is a painful ending, but the thing about the tens is it's a conclusion, right? It's the end of a cycle. And in the background, we see that the sun is starting to come out. So it's, even though it is a painful experience for you, and it may have been over a long period of time that you've been dealing with this, um, the best thing is to, focus your sights on that ending and realize that it's time to let whatever this is go, mentally as well as physically. Because here you're being asked to start putting all that energy and focus, on self again, on the things that you want for yourself and the things that you need, because we have the Queen of Pentacles here, and she is very grounded. She's very reliable. She's very self-confident in the sense that she is independent. She has her own thing going. She can be a wife or a mother, but she's also, she stands on her own when it comes to, she's very um, wise when it comes to money. Very fertile, very abundant. This is a card about laying down roots and settling. Now you do have the Page of Swords here, and I feel like in this instance, I'm going to clarify, but I feel like this is like do some research, um, do a lot of research, collect as much information on something, and I don't know if this is a business or some type of, because the Pentacles can talk about commitment as well, commitments. So if there's some type of commitment you're thinking about taking, the Page of Swords is somebody who investigates, who researches, who digs for truth. Um, it could be that you're supposed to investigate as well the ending here. Not so much like I know I said to let it go, but at the same time, maybe you need to investigate what about this caused this ending. What about it, um, you know, affected you in this way? And in order to fully let it go, you have to understand it and its purpose, and your own involvement. Taking an accountability for that in order so you can put all your focus into self. So, can you clarify this Page of Swords? Well, that one flipped over. We do have the Page of Swords. Oh, no, that's the Five of Swords, Three of Swords. Okay. And the Ten of Wands. So the Queen of Cups, yeah, she was on the bottom of the deck. I feel like that's what that is just doing a lot of not only outward research and investigation, but inward as well. Maybe it's time you start looking into the things that you want to achieve and how to go about it. One, two. Ooh. Okay. You have the Fool on the bottom, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. You had that earlier. I believe it was this with the Seven of Cups. This is, yeah, just be very mindful about what you put your energy into this time from now on. Ask the hard questions, not only to the people that are asking you to do this, to invest your time and energy and resources into them or into what they want with you, but ask yourself as well, is it worth it to me? Is it something I want? Will it make me happy? And long term, not just short term, because there's a lot of things out there that short term makes us real happy, like an entire gallon of ice cream is going to make you happy. Well, I mean, not all of us can eat a full gallon, but you know what I mean. Like health wise, it's not good, and sugar content, what it does to you. Um, Sugar's addictive. And I don't know. I don't have to go into all that, but just investigate, ask the hard questions, research what would require of you, what it would require of you, and before you make any decision on what this is that you want to achieve, what you want to set your roots or your ground, like your foundation, you have to do that. You have to investigate and you have to understand um, that there is an ending. And the thing about the ending is that it's opening up this opportunity for you. That's the thing that you're not understanding or you're not seeing. This ending is bringing about an opportunity to bring in so much abundance, possible financial gain as well. But I see this more as like a wholesome kind of um, natural abundance, not like a materialistic kind of thing, but a healthy. Please clarify who or what is this King of Swords in Pisces recent past? Why is the King of Swords here, please, for Pisces recent past? Was that the Page of Wands tried to come out? Clarify. Wow. Okay. Page of Wands, you stay. Sun. Okay, let me get this one. Ooh, what is this Page of Wands? Please. No, 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 no. Two of Cups, Seven of Cups, King of Cups, Five of Wands, Hanged Man. Yeah, it very well could be that this person from the past, things started out really promising and then maybe they just stopped. They shut down on you, you shut down on them. There was a lot of forward momentum, and then all of a sudden there was just this weird, unexplainable kind of shift. It could have been somebody ghosted you. Please clarify who or what is the Page of Wands? Could be somebody that you had a child with as well. We have two. Again, the child, the Page of Wands can represent children or child. I don't really want to keep that one. It's just Page of Pentacles. So it very well could be a child, or it could be somebody that came in with a fantastic new opportunity, or what seemed to be an offer of long-term commitment. Who or what is this King of Swords? Can you give me more information on the King of Swords? We have Leo here, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, also Earth, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Can you give me any more information on this King of Swords, please? One, two, three. King of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, it seems like somebody that could have been a choice between two separate people as well, or more than one person was involved. But it looks like somebody that wanted, or you wanted, a long-term commitment with. They made you happy for a time, at least. The feeling I'm getting, though, is that somebody, at least when it comes to this individual and this energy, this thing that you're looking back on, wanted to take action towards, did start to take action towards. Um, it's almost like it kind of fizzled out. Now, this might have been over a long period of time as well. For some of you, it might have been a marriage that kind of dissolved. Somebody that you had children with, it just kind of slowly faded, and that's what you're stuck in. That's what you're emotionally and mentally um, inflicted by. Uh, Again, it could have been somebody that you've known and dealt with from childhood, because it's like these two individuals grew to be. We do have two kings, so but they're different elements. And then maybe the sun here is showing like it's a liberation, but at the same time, it still caused a lot of pain. There's a sadness about these cards, even though the sun is here and these are optimistic, hopeful cards. There's a sadness here. I feel like somebody just kind of phased out, and I don't know that it was you. I feel like it might have been the other individual that kind of. It's almost like they melted away slowly. Their focus, their attention, their desire, their it's like somebody just kind of, I don't know. It's like trying to hold, water in your hands. It's impossible to hold on to it. It's a weird feeling because the cards traditionally, the sun is one of the happiest cards in tarot, but it's like it illuminated the reality of this. And the reality of it was that despite your history together, it was over. And it could, like, again, it doesn't have to be a marriage. It can be a business, like you might have. Is that the right card? No, dummy. You might have loved working for this company, but eventually you came to the conclusion it was over. It no longer brought you the same amount of happiness. In fact, it it put you in this 8, 9, 10 swords, um, feeling stuck, feeling trapped, feeling like there was no progress. You couldn't get any higher. You couldn't go any further. But let's move on because again, I'm scared that I'm going to be 2 hours again. Ace of Cups. What is this with the Ace of Cups coming in the near future for Pisces? Please clarify the Ace of Cups for Pisces. Please clarify the Ace of Cups for Pisces, please, for what's coming towards them. Any more information with this Ace of Cups for Pisces for what's coming towards them, please? One, two. No jumpers, huh? Three. Any more information with the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and Strength? Leo again here. Star tried to come out. It's a little bit too passive. One more with the Eight of Pentacles and Strength and the Ace of Cups for what's coming towards. What's the most important, influential thing coming towards Pisces that they would want or need to know about? One, two, three. Death. Emperor on the bottom. Interesting. Let's see what the death is about. Why is death here? Why is death here, please? Scorpio energy. Why is death here for what's coming towards? One. Ten of Wands tried to come out. Two. Three. Queen of Pentacles. How will Pisces feel about this? I have a feeling I understand what this is, but I just want to make sure. How will Pisces? Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Any more? How Pisces will feel about what this is coming towards them, please. One, two. I feel like this is dead because it doesn't want me to use any more full. Okay, so we have two of, that was in the reverse. And the Five of Pentacles, which is the same card that popped out here with the Sun. So something's coming to light. What's strange is that how you'll feel about it is both the Sun and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to be doing your own thing, focusing on trying to get through whatever this is that you're trying to get through. Having a lot of willpower, a lot of strength, a lot of compassion, a lot of patience. You're trying to, you know, focus on those things. You're trying to, um, you may be focusing on work at this time too to kind of help get through that. Like put your focus elsewhere on things that can actually make a difference. Um, this Ace of Cups was the first thing that came out. So this is some type of offer, some type of potential that's coming in. And I think like it's going to be something you don't really expect because you're hard at work here, you're not even focused on it, and boom, there's the Ace of Cups. Now here is where it gets a little weird. Death card with the Queen of Pentacles. And that's similar to what was here, is the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's something that could come in that causes a complete change or shift. Death is not literal death. It can be, but most of the time it's something that is transformative. It can be a difficult or painful ending, but it's usually a necessary change because with death comes new beginnings. And here we have the Phoenix. So rising from the ashes. I did feel like for a moment this could be a reconciliation kind of thing where you revive something that was dead, but I didn't get any other reconciliation cards, so I don't feel like it's that. I feel like it's death on uh, a material scale or a mental, like how you perceive things, how you live your life. I have to say it, this sucks, but you did have the Five of Pentacles show up twice. Now, the Five of Pentacles can talk about financial struggle, feeling left out in the cold, feeling rejected, feeling a sense of abandonment. But I think this is very temporary. And the reason I say that is because you did have the sun come out. So I almost feel like this is the way you're in this struggle right now, but the sun is going to illuminate things in a way that causes this death. And I mean like that on, like I said, with how you see things because the moon is in reverse and the two of pentacles came in the reverse. Both of these came out together. So it's like an end to confusion, an end to things not being clear, an end to juggling and not, and, there's a sense of indecision and a lack of balance here. Things are righted. Things that were wrong are righted. Because of this Ace of Cups, whatever this is, it brings in this Death card, which is change, transformation, that phoenix moment where everything is blasted apart, like when you have a wildfire, even though it's devastating to the wildlife and the earth and the trees and the forest and everything, it creates an environment where the vegetation is so much more fertile. Um, it puts a lot of those minerals and oxidizes the soil in a way that like what comes back is so much more like volcanoes, volcanic islands are some of the most lush places on earth, uh, but it's devastating, right? Volcanoes, eruptions, that's the feeling I get from this. It's devastating to you right now. You are already in this energy, this feeling of being abandoned, feeling neglected, or possibly you felt bad for having to neglect someone or something. But it's opening up something incredible. It's like an awakening, I feel. So let's move on. I don't feel like this isn't fun. This energy right here, it's not fun. It can't even talk about homelessness. I don't feel that, but there is that potential. Maybe you are having to live with someone else or you will be forced to have to move back in with parents or something. But overall, I feel like this is a positive change. It's not going to feel that way at the beginning with that death. It's going to be like, ah, shit, now what? Um, but I think it's going to be an opportunity you did not see coming and you did not understand until it happened, and it kind of went through that process, that this opened up um, something wonderful for you. So Knight of Wands for your advice. We're gonna try to speed it up a little bit because I know I'm at like 50 minutes plus. Why is the Knight of Wands Pisces advice, please? Please clarify, why is the Knight of Wands here for Pisces advice? And do you feel like for a lot of you this is a separation within a marriage or a separation within a business? Strength here, okay. That's pretty self-explanatory. One more, please. Okay. Okay, yeah, there's some type of crossroads decision that you're needing to make. We do have the King of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles there. Um, they're asking you to take action. There is a period of trying to figure out what is the best path to take. This is the crossroads decision. This could be there could be movement involved, like you need to move, you need to relocate. But overall, with the strength card, this is having strength, like mental, physical, emotional strength, patience, compassion, especially towards self, but also reining in that quality of self that wants to lash out, that wants to self-medicate or escape. She tames this lion not through force of will, but through patience and compassion and understanding, empathy, and grace. So those are the things that you need to extend to yourself at this time, and others that maybe they don't even deserve it, but you have to take that higher ground. There's also a need to take action on something. Once you have decided the best course of action, it is time to go after it, and it could be involving this King of Pentacles. I forgot to tell you the signs over here, but you had all kinds. There's Scorpio. Strength showed up there too. Was Leo. What else? Can't think of any of the other signs. I don't really do the minor arcana, but you do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. This could be involving a job, a sound investment when it comes to future financial gains or prospects. And you did have the Nine and the Queen of Pentacles, so I feel like this is business related. Can talk about health as well. Um, I didn't even put these up. Cancer there with the moon. Cancer, Pisces with the moon. That's your sign. But there's a lot of fire energy here. So ambition, power, drive, optimism, faith, hope. I think you're really supposed to focus on becoming this successful person. That's your version of success, but financial independence mainly. Being able to take care of self without anybody's help. So let's move on to Six of Swords. You did have this in your focus mind, and it's repeated down here. I do feel like if you are being drawn to taking a certain action, um, you still have that Page of Swords, which is talking about researching and investigating and digging for the truth. So I definitely feel like you have to do that. But just go for it. If it's something you think will make you happy. Why is the Six of Swords here for Pisces? Why is Six of Swords here for outside or external influence for Pisces, please? One more with the Four and the Six of Swords. One more with the 4 and the 6 of swords, please. All right, 1, 2. Okay, so there's 3 swords here, so 4, 6, and 7 of swords. Somebody in your environment left a situation. Um, they went cold, they went silent. I feel like they went possibly after an opportunity. There might have even been a theft involved. We do have the 7 of swords, scandal, theft, deception, dishonesty. Um, somebody that's very what's that word? They scheme. They're a schemer. They're very strategic. This could be a situation where somebody left without saying a word. They didn't explain themselves. It could be, they just cut off all communication, didn't explain themselves. They ghosted. But I feel like the reason was there was some type of opportunity that they were given. Could have been a financial opportunity, business opportunity. Could have been another commitment that they went after. But whoever this is, that's why they did this. I do feel like in their mind, they did it for their best interest. It was for their best because they spent a lot of time thinking about it, praying about it, meditating about it, and they felt like the situation with you was very chaotic and caused a lot of turbulence and a lot of unnecessary grief and pain. Uh, but when the action that they took, it was kind of sneaky. They weren't being transparent about it. And maybe it was for good reason. I don't know. I'm not going to point fingers or lay blame, but could have. Well, no, this is outside, so again, it could be involved in a theft, and somebody tried to get away with it. Maybe that's why the justice card is involved here. But let's move on. Somebody tried to get away with something. Best case scenario, we're going to do this real quick because best case scenario is pretty self-explanatory most of the time. So we have, why is the Hierophant here for Pisces? Taurus energy. Oh, look at that. Taurus came out with Taurus. So definitely something long-term, a commitment, a contract. Um, any more information here with the Hierophant, please? If you are trying to start a new business, this would be success. Pisces. Let's see who that is. Uh, well, it can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Page of Cups. Then we have the Page of Cups somewhere else. Thought we did. We have the Page of Wands back there. We have the Ace of Cups. So it could be that this Ace of Cups leads to something that's very a long term, has longevity behind it. Judgment. That is Scorpio energy. Very strong Taurus and Scorpio energy here. This is a final decision. This is a calling as well. The Page of Cups can be somewhat spiritual, so this could be something that you're spiritually called to do. It can also talk about a reconciliation. The world. I don't feel like that. I feel like this is asking you to close out a cycle and begin anew, though, because the world is. It can also talk about beginning anew, then, though, too. Whatever this is that you're trying to attain here, this long term thing, this is success in it. But it would have to, whatever it is, whether it's a commitment or a business venture, you'd have to approach it from an entirely different direction or approach or a way of thinking, because it wants you to have success there, clearly. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Why is the Hierophant? What is this long term? Okay, the first one that flipped is the one I'm keeping. Devil in the Sun. Six of Wands, yeah, success, victory, recognition, possibly working for the public in some way, being a teacher, being a guide, being somebody that inspires other people, that maybe a public figure in some way. But victory and success with this, and I feel like it's something that you're called to do. Um, because this is another card about victory and success. It's closing out old chapters, old cycles, and starting the next phase. Somebody may come in and offer you this, and it's not going to seem like a big offer. It's kind of like the Ace of Cups is not always something huge. It's not like the sign we look for, or the message from universe. We expect it to be grandiose, grandiose, or that word. um, but sometimes it's little. It's quiet, but the repercussions of it are huge. We have three major, well, four, two repeating, but four major arcana. So this is life changing. This is life altering. It's lifelong. Honestly, don't feel like it's about a person, but it could be a marriage. I don't feel that. Let me see. I feel like it's a successful venture for self, business related, or like a hobby or passion of yours. Please clarify the Queen of Wands for the most probable outcome here for Pisces. If they continue on as they have been, what is the most probable outcome here for Pisces? Look at that. Wow. We just had the World come up and the Nine of Pentacles. So I do see singleness here. I do see, but I don't think it's an unhappy. I see it as something that's vindicating, like liberating, freedom, complete freedom, safety. This is really positive. I'm not going to keep all of those. That's too many. Yeah, look at that. The Fool, the Page of Pentacles. After you walk away from whatever this is that's holding you back, you're holding on too tightly to it. You're trying to fight for something that's over. And I don't know if that's a relationship. It could be. I don't have a lot of cards that show relationship, but it could be. I feel like a lot of you, it's just something that you have been attached to for a long time, hoping that it's going to level itself out, and yet it hasn't, but you're pining over this what was. And again, for some of you that could be a relationship. For others of you, like a romantic. Others of you, it could be like a family situation. And then others of you, it's to me it feels more like goal oriented, like business or finance or um life in general. Any more information here with this is a positive outcome. Now we got the Nine of Pentacles, the World, and the Queen of Wands. This is self-confidence, a lot of confidence here, a lot of freedom, a lot of passion. um, all three are women, very feminine energy. um, any more information here with the outcome for Pisces? This is a card about knowing your worth and feeling abundant, feeling enjoying the. I'm not taking that. Enjoying the luxuries. I honestly feel like this is for those of you that have been stuck in a situation where you felt trapped, and now you're moving into an energy of having freedom. Maybe for the first time in your life, knowing what that truly means. The Hermit reversed. Okay. So that's coming out, having gained the wisdom and clarity and uh, introspection, coming out of that. This could be on the other side of January, the new year, possibly because there's a lot of This could be like summer of next year. A lot of golds. I know that by summer of next year, for some of you, as far as timing, a seasonal change here. So we're in the winter. The seasons, as the season changes it from winter into spring, and then summer. I feel like for a lot of you, this will have culminated. Any more information here for the outcome, or any more information in general for Pisces, please? One, two. I don't think we're going to get any more. There's the world on the bottom. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, for a lot of you, I feel like this is a very good outcome. You've been trapped in this kind of self-isolating. I mean, obviously, that goes along with COVID, so that makes sense. Um, I feel a sense of freedom and uh, being able to chase after and attain certain things that you couldn't in the situation that you were dealing with before. I feel like I've probably gone over my time again, but I hope this resonated. Please leave any comments that, for those of you that it did resonate for, please leave some comments. Let me know um, that that this made sense to you or your situation or whatever. Um, like, share, subscribe if you liked the channel or the messages. If you'd like to see more from me, of course. But I hope you guys have had a very Merry Christmas holidays, whatever you celebrate, and a very fruitful and exciting and a good new year as well. And I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you very much for giving me your time, and see you guys later or next time.